Last week, a friend of mine who was struggling with letting go of a relationship that wasn't meeting her needs, as an understatement, said this: well, I can either break up with him, or if I behave badly enough, maybe he'll just break up with me. See, she'd been riding him hard for little nitpicky things, starting fights over the stuff that just didn't matter. And you know what I mean, pushing his buttons because she's pissed and resentful that he won't give her the commitment and attention she needs. And yes, she's told him many, many times what she needs, and he says he's got it, he's all over it, and then, well, you know how that goes. He's not even a little bit. So when she told me her plan to use self-sabotage as a roundabout way of letting go, instead of just telling him she's done and letting go with purpose and intention, I cringed. Listen, I know a lot of people do this, can't bring themselves to make a hard choice or a break, because what if you're making a mistake? What if you look back with regret one day and blame yourself, or just can't deal with the pain or heartbreak, or can't give yourself your own needle? You need someone else to do it. What if there's still a chance for reconciliation or change, or if you just wait a little while longer and be more accommodating, there'll be a way back to the beginning of the relationship when things were really awesome. And what if you miss out on that? And what if you choose to let go once and for all and never find anything or anybody else to replace what or who you've actually given up? You see, with this mindset, it's really easy to see how self-sabotaging your way through these really big transitions might feel easier. Behaving in a way that drives other people to make the choice for us and removes us of all accountability, so we have no other choice but to move forward. And I get it, but it's a stinker. One that's not only convoluted and extremely disempowering and has you leaving your life to chance and the whims of other people, but it's also highly inefficient. It's like getting on the wrong train, and instead of planning to get off at the next stop once you actually realize that you're on the wrong train, instead just running up and down the aisle screaming, "Hey, let me out." Now, let's say they stop the train, and they let you out, even though I know this would never happen in real life, but stick with me. And then, so there you are in some cornfield, alone and lost, and then what? You're just gonna hop on the next train that comes by, right? No matter where it's going, or any vehicle that will get you anywhere. But here's the thing. If you just waited to get off the train at the next stop, you could have been way more thoughtful and successful in getting ultimately where you wanted to go, because you would have had more resources at your disposal. You could have made a plan for getting to a destination that served you instead of stranded you. You could have been intentional about putting it into action. You wouldn't have wound up stuck and alone in a cornfield in the wrong shoes without water or sunscreen or bug repellent or a signal for your cell phone. See, here's the thing. Letting go successfully is not about self-sabotage or manipulation or acting crazy to see how far you can push someone to make the choice you just can't. It's not about taking alternative or unsafe routes or things that promise to keep you lost. It's about being direct and confident and courageous, taking bold action, knowing when to leap and when to hold tight and make your move in the service of your own best interests. It's about using big, wild love, which is self-love with the intention to take the risks inherent in letting go, knowing you'll be okay no matter what, because you have you and you are awesome, to do the hard stuff, including being the one to actually say, enough. I've had enough. It's not about saying, I just can't do it. The only way I can move on is if someone else does it, so I don't have any regrets if they make the hard choices for me as a life strategy. Because the fact is, you're powerful and strong. And barring the limitations of space and time and biology and systems of oppression, of course, you have the ability to bring an unlimited number of wonderful things into your life, but only if you believe it. And so if you think self-sabotage is a viable approach for letting go and moving forward and creating your one and only life, think again. Because not only is it misguided, but it promises to land you right back where you don't want to be. Because when you make the same flawed choices, you experience the same flawed results. So instead, do this. Take a big, deep breath and cultivate the big, wild love you need to make all the decisions, even the hard ones, the ones that hurts, the one that may have you questioning or scare the you know what out of you, so that your life is yours and never someone else's to own. Empower yourself to choose what you have and not just acquire it by default. And so here's how you can do that. So first, check your big, wild love. There's a quiz on my website at letgoofword.com that you can take to help you figure it out. So go there. 2, listen to your body. It's always talking to us, giving us clues as to whether a situation or something we're doing is right for us. So start with your gut. Ask yourself, how do you feel? Tired, achy? Are you lethargic? Are you losing interest in life or just feeling generally blah? Figure out what it is you're afraid of. Is it being alone? Is it that you'll never find love again? Is it that what is it? Find the limiting belief and rewrite it. And then think it through. So let's say you choose to let go, hard as that feels, but you do it. And then what? You're alone. Okay, and then what? And then what? And then what? Ask yourself, and then what, over and over until you get to the very thing that's stopping you from fully releasing that death grip. And stay present. We all have fears about what could happen to us if, but the thing is we don't live in the if, we live in the now. And as a friend of mine always says, be where your feet are. You don't have to worry about future regrets or what's going to happen. All you need to do is make the best choices for yourself based on the information you have right now, even if it's hard. No, especially if it's hard. And just keep going. I can tell you that one day you'll be like everybody else and look back and be like, what was I thinking? And that is okay, because it's all part of the process. And we're here to learn and grow. The key is always giving yourself the benefit of the doubt and a whole lot of grace to be human. You know, when I look back at some of my choices, man, I cringe hard, but I always fall back onto the notion that I was doing the best I can. So know it's your best. And if you know it's time to let go, then do it. Don't leave it to someone else or to chance, or devise a plan for self-sabotaging your way there. Unless you want to wind up alone in a cornfield, and who wants that?